The SUV's broadcast of the Hawks Naismith Classic is brought to you by Serious Sports Medicine for Serious Athletes, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine, Kenneth S. Nugent PC, Attorneys at Law, CBA Sports, Sports Construction Specialists, StatRow, Youth Sports Highlights Whenever, Wherever, and the Atlanta Tip-Off Club.
Welcome back to SUV TV Game Day Live, presented by CBA Sports. We are at the inaugural Hawks Naismith Classic, hosted right here by Norcross High School. My name is Bo Johnson. I have the pleasure of being joined by two former Hawks right now, John Koncak, Charlie Chris. Welcome, fellas. Thanks for joining us for a few minutes.
Thank you.
Thanks. Great to be here.
We wanted to bring y'all in for a few minutes to talk about the landscape of high school basketball as it crosses over and as the Atlanta Hawks and the NBA teams are now able to be involved in this. So how important do y'all think that it is for the Hawks to be involved in the community of Atlanta in high school basketball?
Well, I think it's huge. I know when Charlie and I played, the teams weren't able to do this,
Yeah.
and I think it's exciting to have the Hawks logo out there, to have the young people see the Hawks, see that the Hawks are sponsoring events like this, and I think there is nothing but upside. I'm excited to be here. Obviously, this is the first year, and hopefully there will be a lot more of these, and we can be a part of them.
And I think me being a high school coach at Our Lady of Mercy,
Yep.
you can understand now the correlation between the NBA and the young players, because there's so many good young players now that are coming up. At least the NBA can be involved in seeing what they do, what kind of character they have, and how well they play.
So like John was saying, Charlie, you're a high school coach now, so being the first year that professional basketball teams are being allowed to participate in these high school tournaments, how important do you think that is for kids being noticed by colleges to further their education, and also just for the schools to maybe be able to bring in a little bit more money for their programs?
Yeah, it does, and it's good for schools, and especially a school like our school too, because it helps. I mean, we can bring in a little more revenue to the school, and the kids who are playing, they say, well, there's an opportunity for me to excel and do well, and maybe something can happen for me.
John, any thoughts on that?
Well, and I just think having the Hawks being a part of this community is huge.
Absolutely.
I think, sponsoring these games, the teams obviously get to come here, showcase the talent. But I just think for the Hawks, all these court dedications they've done in the different areas, I think that's just a huge bonus that they can give back to the community. And I think this is something that just supports that and, the young people of Atlanta.
So with the Atlanta Hawks obviously now being able to participate in tournaments like this and be involved, what would y'all consider the state of high school basketball in the state of Georgia right now and moving forward?
Well, I think now the state of Georgia is mostly football.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Basketball has to catch up. And I think this is a good positive way for basketball to take some steps to get up there on the same level with football.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, obviously Charlie's knows a lot more about the high school basketball scene here than I do, but I just think this is something that can kind of counterbalance all the AAU stuff and just be another way of kids being able to showcase, their games. And obviously I think for the Hawks it's just huge that they're able to sponsor.
That's fantastic. Fellas, I appreciate you taking a few minutes along with me. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
It's Bo Johnson with SUV TV Game Day Live. We'll be right back after this short break to preview our next game between Mount Bethel Christian Academy and Holy Innocents.
Introducing Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Motion Analysis, powered by Dartfish, giving parents and young athletes frame-by-frame feedback on how to minimize injury and maximize performance. Upload your videos, visit our clinic, or let our specialists come to you. No matter the sport you play, Children's helps young athletes take their game to the next level.
Hi everybody, I'm Sam Crenshaw reminding you about the inaugural Hawks Naismith Holiday Tip-Off Classic. It comes your way December 21st through 23rd at Norcross High School. Here's what the coaches have to say.
when you put those two names in front of something, that it's going to be run first class. The level of competition is going to be very good. Crowds are going to be real good over here. So it's just really exciting for us to be in it and be able to play that first night in it right here. And so, and for me, an opportunity to come back and coach in this facility again is really special.
Back here on SUV TV Game Day Live, presented by CBA Sports. Bo Johnson joined again. Sure are scrappy, man. I thought they were going to pull it out there in the end.
Yeah, they were pesky, and we talked about it. If they were able to press and trap and get their defense to turn it into offense, that they would have a shot in the game, and they did that very much so there in that second half. But a little bit too much Walker Kessler. Yeah,
it was. I mean, he completely took the game over, ended up dominating that one. I'm not sure how many three-pointers he ended up with. But you can tell this kid's got a bright future, only a sophomore, like you were saying in the preview. And a good one to keep your eye on for the next couple of years.
Indeed, indeed. The lineage is there. He's a humble young man and polished game. And as he just continues to grow, he's going to be very, very dominant. Know the name.
So our next boys matchup is going to be Mount Bethel Christian Academy, coming in at 12-3. They are a GIA CAA 2A school. Georgia Independent Christian Athletic Association is GIA CAA, 54th ranked school in the state still, coached by Cal Boyd, versus Holy Innocents, coming in at 3-4. They are in A, 233rd ranked school in the state, coached by Adrian Collins. Let's have a quick preview. This Mount Bethel Christian Academy team, it would seem like they don't play as much competition maybe as other schools, not being in the GACA, but you were telling me earlier, Trent, that they, outside of their region, they do play some pretty competitive schools. They've earned themselves a 54th rank in the state.
Yeah, and it's well earned. They've challenged themselves early on. They've already played Wheeler. They had a tough loss to them, and then St. Pius, they had the game won, but ended up losing in overtime. And then they just recently beat Berkmar, another good 7A team. So they're challenging themselves, and they have some quality wins and quality opponents.
What do you think about this Mount Bethel team coming in here?
Dangerous basketball team, 12-3. Yes, they're in the GICAA. This is their final year there. They'll move over to GHSA, and they'll be in 1A private. Yeah, we broke that for you. So, but listen, seriously, though, their losses, as we mentioned, was to Wheeler, McAllen, and St. Pius. Their wins, though, Berkmar, Creekview, Wesleyan, Hapeville Charter. So they're playing outside of their outside of their conference and outside of their region, outside of their association. They're playing big boy basketball, and it's showing up with them. Coach Cal Boyd has done an outstanding job there. The only thing you have to worry about with this team is just how deep are they? Do they have enough depth to run the table against this team in Holy Innocents is going to come to play? But the difference right now, Holy Innocents coming off, this will be their first game in 14 days. So kind of don't know what you're going to get there in the early moments.
So as we get to our players to watch, brought to you by Kenneth Nugent, PC Attorneys at Law, one call, that's all. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids on this Mount Bethel Christian Academy roster that are up over double-digit points on the season. This team's averaging over 98 points a game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they have sophomore Jordan Mecca down low. He's about 6'9", really long. You know, he's going to be a top high major prospect once it's all said and done. And another forward, they have Stanley Easy, really good player too, can shoot from the elbows. And then Jaquez Gilbert, a senior guard that's pretty much unknown, but he's been playing really well lately. Had a great performance against St. Pius recently. And then Cal Boyd's son Coleman controls the point guard spot for them, another solid player.
So, Joel, tell me about some kids from Holy Innocents. Who's going to come to play in this game, see if they can keep up with this Mount Bethel team?
Well, you have to know about Garrison Powell, leading scorer, coming in at 17 points a game. Number 2 in Crimson tonight is what he'll have on. Matthew Meadows, again, a deadly shooter. Leave him in the corner, leave him in the wing. You're in trouble. He's averaging just close to 13 a game. But then you need a hard hat, lunch pail guy, and your double-double guy. That's going to be Josh Smith, right at 10 points, 12 boards a game. He's going to go in there, get physical, throw the body around, banging around, and also yell forward if he gets the opportunity. Listed as a guard, but if he gets an opportunity to get down there and bang, he will rebound. That's what they have to do. They're itching to play someone they haven't played in 14 days, and they've only played 5-6 games. They're 3-4, so they have 7 games under their belt versus Mount Carmel, who's been playing almost every other day with 15 games already.
There you have it. So those are the players we're going to watch. What are some keys to the game, maybe for Holy Innocents to be able to keep up with this powerhouse that's coming in Mount Bethel?
Well, I think their guard play definitely, like Joel was saying. Garrison Powell, only a freshman, but he's really good. I saw him at the CP3 Rising Stars camp. He's legit. And then same with Meadows, a senior leader. So if they get those two going early, I think that'll bode really well for them.
Joel, you got anything keys to the game of what how Mount Bethel can hold off Holy Innocents, or how Holy Innocents can upset Mount Bethel?
I just think right now, number one, don't get in foul trouble because you don't have the depth. Mecca has a lot of upside. Begin with him and then spread it around to everyone else. They've shown that. They've been able to distribute and score well. It could be very high scoring. I don't think Holy Innocents has enough to keep up with them unless foul trouble becomes an issue.
I got you. So it's about that time. We're about 2 minutes from tip-off here. Let's have some predictions. You got us on that last game, and we'll see if we can't catch up. I'm not sure if this one might not be the same pick all the way across the board, though.
I think I'd definitely have to go with Mount Bethel in this one. They don't have much depth, but their top five is really good, and I think they're just going to overwhelm Holy Innocents here.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Mount Bethel. Coach Collins' squad at Holy Innocents, the layoff is going to be tough, and they're still kind of feeling their way about the season. And Mount Bethel right now, they're in mid-season form in December. They're going to be too tough.
Playing some outstanding basketball right now. I got to go with the chalk, too. I mean, 98 points a game at this level is just phenomenal. It's phenomenal at the NBA level for a lot of teams, so I'm going Mount Bethel as well. This has been SUV TV Game Day Live. We'll see you back here at halftime.
Hi everybody, I'm Sam Crenshaw reminding you about the inaugural Hawks Nation Holiday Tip-Off Classic. It comes your way December 21st through 23rd at Norcross High School. Here's what the coaches have to say. When you put those two names in front of something, it is going to be run first class. The level of competition is going to be very good. Crowds are going to be real good over here. So it's just really exciting for us to be in it and be able to play that first night. In it right here, and so, and for me, an opportunity to come back and coach in this facility again is really special.
Welcome back to SUV TV's coverage of the 2017 inaugural Hawks Naismith Holiday Classic. I'm Ned Case alongside Barry Browner. And Barry, we got a pretty good one today. Two teams who have been doing it differently throughout the season. We got Mount Bethel taking on Holy Innocents. First, when we look at Holy Innocents, come into the game 3-4, but they haven't played a game in 2 weeks. How do you see that affecting them as opposed to Mount Bethel team we'll talk about, who's playing a lot of basketball?
Ned, I think they've got to shake the rust off a little bit. 14 days is a long time to not have played basketball. So, but Coach Collins is going to have these guys geared up, ready to go. I'm sure they've had some good practice. And led by guys like Matthew Meadows, Josh Smith is their banger in the post. Like I said, but they've got a tall order because this Mount Bethel team is pretty good.
And speaking of that Mount Bethel team, they come into today's game 12-3, already playing 15 games this season. And although, they cut defending state champions in the GICAA, which is one of the smaller Christian Academy athletic conference, but they ranked up their schedule this year. They played Wheeler, they played Marises, they played St. Pius, they went out of state, they played Macaulay up in Tennessee. They are not playing a GICAA schedule.
Exactly, Ned. And if you look at it, at the St. Pius game, they took St. Pius, who was #1 in the hoop circle poll, to overtime. Also beating a Burkmar program that everybody knows about, Burkmar and Coach Greg Phillips. Beating the Whitfield program, who's traditionally good. I was just talking to Coach Boyd, and the one thing we were talking about, I said I wanted you guys to play in the private level, the Class A private level in GHSA, and he said they will be there next year. So that's going to be big. that's going to be big for them. And like I said, they're ramping up their schedule with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And just going on that storyline, they submitted a proposal to the GHSA to get into GHSA Class A private. Right now, there's only 125 students in the high school. They said next year they expect that to be increased by 150, which would then put them in that position and just strengthen single-A private school basketball and just make it better. And it looks like we're going to start today's game with 2 technical foul shots for Holy Innocents. Not sure if that was a pregame dunking issue or what the issue is there. But Garrison Powell will have a chance to get 2 points before this thing even tips off.
I think when you look at this Mount Bethel team, I think the guy to watch is 6'9" Jordan Mika, who's being offered by a couple of SEC schools. Coach Boyd told me Georgia, Vanderbilt, Mississippi State, they're all taking a look at him. So watch him. Also watch Stanley Easy as well.
Yeah, Easy's got some big numbers this year. Put up 24 points and 14 rebounds in that game against St. Pius that you mentioned. So Holy Innocents with the 1-0 lead. Didn't even tip off. Technical foul. Got 2 shots and the ball to start this thing. So they'll have a chance to get a lead here. Ball skips over to Powell. Powell's going to settle for 3. No good. Rebound to Holy Innocents. Matt Meadows.
Good hustle by Holy Innocents. And Holy Innocents, that's what they've got to do. Their lack of size a little bit is going to be a problem. But like I said, if they can out-hustle Mount Bethel, then this game might be close.
Matt Meadows with a 2 right there. The senior sharpshooter has the ability to really light up a scoreboard. Now we'll see Holy Innocents on offense here for the first time. Ball with Kruger. Now in the corner, it's Jaquez Gilbert. Jaquez can't get it to go. Meadows with another rebound. He's pushing a little transition here. Powell gets the middle high floater, no good.
Rebound by the big fella, Mika. And so one thing I noticed that Holy Innocents trying to play, they're trying to play a little bit of the 2-1-2 a little bit. To kind of shut that middle down, and also the high post.
Long 3, good. Jaquez Gilbert.
And Coach told me that Jaquez can really shoot the basketball. And just watching him play, man, he's got a nice, fluent game. And like I said, he steadied the ship a little bit for Mount Carmel.
Holy Innocents can't handle that one. Now Mount Bethel's going to have a chance to push. It's in the hands of Coleman Boyd. Again, 3, good. Back-to-back 3s for Gilbert, and a quick timeout called by Holy Innocents. Give that assist to the point guard, Coleman Boyd.
Holy Innocents, full timeout.
Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine offers a specialized care to keep your superstar playing at the highest level. Find the location nearest you at choa.org/sportsmed. Stat Row showcases youth sports highlights and gives a portion of its revenue back to teams. Visit statrow.com today to learn how your team can partner with Stat Row.
And then what I noticed, 6-3 early, 2 threes by Gilbert.
Mm-hmm.
But Holy Innocents comes out in the zone. That's one way to get your zone busted.
Absolutely. We saw the assist there to Coleman Boyd, the junior guard. Distributes the ball very well.
And it's always good to have a coach's son as a point guard because I'm sure they talk and discuss a lot of strategy at home at the dinner table all the time.
Gilbert, 6 early points here at 22 points and a win just a few weeks ago over Young Americans Academy. So no stranger to lighten up that scoreboard, just like we said Matt Meadows can do when he hit his first jumper. So after that timeout by Holy Innocents, they're going to settle down. Ball with Smith. Now Meadows for 3, long 3, he gets it.
Meadows has got to get going early for them to have a chance to beat this Mount Bethel team.
Boyd handles now, they throw it across court. And a little bit of a 1-2-2 zone, it looks like, forces a turnover. Powell steals it. He's going to push transition, going against Boyd. Nice spin move, finds Meadows, and shot blocked from behind. Working underneath, Smith can't get it to go, and we're going to stay here with Holy Innocents. Impressive block there out of 6'9" Jordan Mecca.
Block party, block party.
So they get it in to Smith. Hesitating, but letting it go from the corner. Good, number 23, Alex Hyatt.
And Alex comes in averaging about 12 a game for this this Holy Innocent squad.
Baseline is Gilbert. He's been the hot hand so far. 3, no good. Rebound, Smith. Nice job rebounding that basketball. On the other end, nice ball control. Alex Hyatt, 2 more.
A quick 5 for Alex Hyatt, and like I said, now they're starting to press a little bit, and put a little bit of pressure on this Mount Bethel team early in the first quarter.
Kruger with the ball now into the corner. Gilbert, can he go 3 for 3? He does.
So the score is Holy Innocents 11, Gilbert 9.
9 for Gilbert. He's been perfect from beyond the arc. Nice drive-by Powell, but stripped away by Gilbert. Now Kruger pushing 3-on-1. They can take advantage of it. Kruger attacks, tries to draw contact. Nothing called, and he'll corral a rebound. Kruger inside, and Meadows with a rebound. Oh, had a chance.
One thing, now I'm looking at the size. There's a size advantage that Mount Bethel has. Mount Bethel has only went inside 1 time, but I guess that's because Gilbert's hit 3 threes.
Inside, 2 for the big man, Stanley Easy.
Good putback, just standing around the rim, just waiting to put that thing back.
So 11 all here. 3:20 left to go, and a turnover there. Just trying to do a little bit too much with it, Justin Wilson.
Yeah, he had gotten all the way to the basket. All he had to do was try to lay it up.
So now the junior Coleman Boyd running the point for this Mount Bethel Eagles team. Boyd pull up 3, no good. Long rebound, too easy. And another chance here for Mount Bethel to take a lead. Boyd inside to Easy. Stanley Easy couldn't handle, but he corrals it now. Okay, you're almost daring Boyd to take that 3-point shot, but this time he gets in the lane. Floater hits every part of the rim and won't go. Rebound cleared. On the other end, Powell trying to go through contact, couldn't get it to go. Easy with the rebound underneath and waits for everyone to clear. Boyd look ahead to Mecca, and just a little bit too much on that pass.
Just a little bit too much. He missed him. He was wide open, but actually just got it to him a little too late.
So Mikkel Tubbs checks into the game for the first time for Holy Innocents. Wide receiver for their football team has handful of offers to play wide receiver at the next level. Wilson with it now to Tubbs. Meadows open 3, got it. He's hot right now. 8 points for Matt Meadows.
Can't leave Meadows open. Every time you leave him open, he's going to knock that shot down.
So a little bit of a 1-1-3 zone look here for the Golden Bears. Got their hands on it, but couldn't force the turnover. 2 minutes to go here in our opening quarter. Inside, Mecca, surrounded. Follows his own shot, gets it to go.
Good power move by Mecca.
Whole Innocents with a little adventure. Meadows couldn't get it to go. Almost expected it to go in.
Oh, that was a heat check, no doubt about it. Just trying to check to see exactly where its range was. Boys got the ball, and let's see if we can get a bucket right here from Mount Bethel.
Another 3. Gilbert gets it to go. Assist to Mecca. Gilbert, his 4th 3 of this first quarter.
I'm not going to say give me the hot sauce. Give me the hot wings, though. Give me the hot wings. Gilbert's on fire.
Here we go, Wilson driving. Only a 2-point game. And travel called on Justin Wilson. 1 minute to go here, 16-14 lead for Mount Bethel. So Chad McPherson comes in for Holy Innocents. He can light it up from beyond the arc just like Meadows.
And I'm curious to see the matchup with Josh Smith and one of the bigs. Looks like he's going to go and check Stanley easy right here.
And McPherson comes into the game and creates a steal right away. Wilson attacking the hoop, a little out of control. Tip no good. Smith working hard inside, gets it poked away.
Good hustle by Smith. He just couldn't finish on the basket.
Boyd to Gilbert. Gilbert's got the corner open three. Kruger, can he hit it? No, he can't. Mecca with a strong rebound on the inside. Put back goes.
Nice move by the big fella, and that's the reason why he's considered one of the better bigs in this 2020 class. He's being recruited by a couple of SEC schools.
Yep, only a sophomore. Nice rebound by Tubbs inside, and I think you're going to get him for a travel. I think he says he got pushed. But you talk about Mecca, only sophomore, but already an offer from University of Georgia, Georgia Tech, and Mississippi State.
And in the 2020 class, like I said, there's plenty of good players. You got some Brandon Bostons. You got a couple of other guys.
We saw one just earlier.
Right, Kessler. So, like I said, this Mecca's going to be really good in that class as well.
Three from Coleman Boyd. And that will take us to a close. So a nice little mini run there for Mount Bethel to extend this lead out to 7 after our first 8 minutes of action. We'll be back here on SUV TV's coverage of the inaugural Hawks and A. Smith Holiday Classic right after this.
I just love being a leader.
Because I like to punish people.
I think the big thing is just taking the right shot.
Just to embarrass people.
I'm a beast.
Do my thing whenever I'm putting on someone's neck.
My dogs will be the best in 4 years.
Introducing Children's Healthcare of Atlanta's Sports Motion Analysis, powered by Dartfish, giving parents and young athletes frame-by-frame feedback on how to minimize injury and maximize performance. Upload your videos, visit our clinic, or let our specialists come to you. No matter the sport you play, Children's helps young athletes take their game to the next level.
And we're back here on SUV TV's coverage of the inaugural Hawks and A. Smith Holiday Classic. We're here at Norcross High School in Norcross, Georgia. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Ned Case alongside Barry Browner. And right now we got Mount Bethel leading Holy Innocents by 7 after first quarter of action, but a turnover there by Mount Bethel will give it to the Golden Bears.
And one thing the Holy Innocents is doing is, like I said, they're getting good shots led by Meadows. And like I said, if they keep shooting this 3-ball, they're going to be able to get back in this game.
8 total 3-pointers between the two teams in that first quarter. So neither team afraid to let it fly. 4 threes for Gilbert to lead Mount Bethel. 2 threes for Holy Innocents, led by Matt Meadows. Coleman Boyd with the rebound there, and he'll start the offense for Mount Bethel. First time seeing Will Ross in the game. He gives it inside, turnaround, good.
Good shot, too easy for easy.
You might be saying that all day. Hyatt takes, block, knocked away, Jordan Mecca.
And those big guys are going to cause problems. And like I said, it's a reason why they're 12-3, and right now they're on a 5-game win streak.
Including their latest win over single-A private Westland. I think McPherson got hit from behind, and Chad McPherson, the junior, will head to the free throw line.
Foul on Will Ross, just trying to make a play on defense and got him from behind.
Chad McPherson at the line shooting 2 shots.
First by McPherson is good. Holy Innocents will definitely need to be taking advantage of the 3-point line and the free throw line if they want to pull off this upset today. Second by McPherson's good. You see the shooting stroke out of the junior there. He can light it up from beyond the arc if he gets an opportunity. So now man-to-man for Holy Innocents. Saw a little bit of zone in that first quarter. Gilbert driving to his right. Attacks, no good. Rebound to Wilson.
Nice push by Holy Innocents.
Mikkel Tubbs with 2 right there. Nice little mid-range out of the senior. And nobody communicating. Boyd has an easy layup coming off a pick.
That time Mount Bethel just ran their horn set with the big comes and sets the pick up high, and then Boyd used the pick to his advantage to get to the basket.
Wilson looked like he might have had Tubbs on the roll there. Didn't get it to him. Nice patience by Hyatt, but Mecca's there to reject him again.
Good block by Mecca. And like I said, Mecca's a tough guy. They've got to find a way to kind of drag him out a little bit, make him play away from the basket. But you can interchange. But the thing about this Mount Bethel team is you can interchange those bigs with Mecca and Easy.
And Mount Bethel won't go too deep into their bench, so that's one difference we'll see is Holy Innocents may play 9, 10, 11 guys. Mount Bethel's only going to play about 7 or 8.
And that's one of the things that Coach Boyd talked about. He's worried about a little bit of his depth.
Josh Wilson with a nice take there. Gets his first bucket of the game.
That's good by Justin Wilson.
So 5-point game now. And travel called on Jaquez Gilbert, so it'll turn over to Holy Innocents and a chance to make it a one-possession game. Holy Innocents led by head coach Adrian Collins, coming off back-to-back quarterfinal trips, 19-9 last year. And the freshman Garrison Powell has given them a nice lift this season, and a reach-in foul called on Mount Bethel.
Yeah, Powell's definitely been big for this Holy Innocent team, but I think the guy that you got to kind of watch, we haven't seen him do much yet, is Josh Smith. He's kind of their glue guy. He's a potential double-double guy, double points, double rebounds. Like I said, sometimes he'll ask for that ball in the post and he can really work out. I don't know if he'll do it today because matched up with these two bigs that they got.
But he definitely plays bigger than his 6'4" frame would indicate, and he finds Tubbs there. Nice assist by Smith.
Nice finish by Tubbs, taking a little contact. Easily could have been an and one.
First time I saw Holy Innocents play this year, Tubbs was just a week or two removed from football season. He seems to be a little more comfortable on the court now. Step back for Boyd, good defense there. Now they go inside to Mecca, and they double-triple on the post, and we're going to have a travel.
Oh, that's just good defense, good swarming defense. Once he put the ball down, you notice he drew 2 or 3 guys to him, and like I said, forced him to travel.
Good energy from this Holy Innocents bench so far. They know this is a big one for them. Could springboard them heading into region play. Smith with a nice take, and I think we're going to have another travel. That's about our 5th travel call this game.
Refs got to swallow the whistle on that a little bit. That was a good move by Smith, though.
So Javante Kruger checks back in. Will Ross will get a breather. Boyd handles to the left hand. Nice take, Coleman Boyd.
Nice move by Boyd. And like I said, they've got to find a way to put a little pressure on this Holy Innocents team because there are a couple of matchup problems around the court.
Justin Wilson, nice ball handling. He kicks it to the corner. Tubbs, now guarded by Mecca. Powell comes off the screen, gets a switch of Mecca. Mecca recovers. Powell for 3, gets it to go. Nice use of the pick and roll game there.
Good shot, Garrison Powell. Patient, found his opening and let it go.
Boyd steps into the 3, can't get it to go. Rebound by Mecca. kick out. Gilbert, no good. Mid-range for Tubbs, gets it to go.
Nice shot by Tubbs. And Tubbs is really showing me something. Playing well so far. He kind of springboard this Holy Innocents team into a 27-27 tie with 3:57 left.
Tubbs with 6 points all in this second quarter. Gilbert, shot no good. Rebound out to Kruger, quickly moves it over to Boyd. Inside, poked away.
Holy Innocents, every time the bigs are touching the ball, they're swarming those bigs.
And there's Josh Smith, and we had a collision there on the ground. Javante Kruger holding his head a little bit, and hopefully nothing serious. It looked like Mecca might have come down on him. We see here on the replay, he steps in to try to take a charge. Mecca tries to block the shot, and he came down pretty hard on him.
Yeah, it looked like his knee might have hit his head, I think.
So we'll take a quick break here on SUV TV as they check on Javante Kruger and be right back at the inaugural Hawks Naismith Holiday Classic.
Introducing Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Motion Analysis, powered by Dartfish, giving parents and young athletes frame-by-frame feedback on how to minimize injury and maximize performance. Upload your videos, visit our clinic, or let our specialists come to you. No matter the sport you play, Children's helps young athletes take their game to the next level.
I just love being a leader.
Because I like to punish people.
I think the big thing is just taking the right shot.
Just to embarrass people.
I'm a beast.
Do my thing whenever I'm putting on someone's neck.
My Acad will be the best in 4 years.
And we're back here on SUV TV's coverage of the inaugural Hawks Naismith Holiday Classic, and we see Javante Kruger there up on his feet now, but still seems a little bit woozy, and from what we could tell from the replay, it looked like he might have got a knee to the head. You see him kind of walking gingerly, and so hopefully nothing but the best for Javante Kruger. And obviously we're worried about his health and well-being, but if you're Coach Cal Boyd, your bench gets even a little bit shorter without one of your starters.
Right. I mean, like I said, just talking to Coach Boyd earlier, he said one of the things he's concerned about, as always, is the depth. And so, like I said, losing Kruger is going to hurt him a little bit as the game goes on.
And Kruger stepped in to try to take a charge. It was a block, so that's why Josh Smith is at the line now, and Smith hits both his free throws. So now Holy Innocents on a little run of their own. A 9-2 run has taken the lead. Gilbert with the ball now. He was hot in that first quarter, hasn't scored yet in the second, but does now, but he's called for a travel.
Tried to take an extra step on the step through.
So a turnover there. And checking in is Matt Gilliand for the first time for Mount Bethel. He came in when Kruger went out.
Mount Bethel's had about 2 or 3 turnovers in a row. They've got to find a way to stop Holy Innocents and get a bucket. Just kind of slow the pace a little bit.
Wilson wide open. Smith top of the key. Can't get it to go. Good work on the rebound by Mikel Tubbs, and Jordan Mecca is going to get called for a foul.
Mount Bethel foul on number 23, Jordan Mecca.
Well, they call it on 23 or 32, so.
Looked like initially they were going to call it on 32, but then they called it on 23. Is it a double?
Fouls on number 32, Holy Innocents.
So they do end up calling it on Mikel Tubbs, and that's a tough break. I think he thought he was in good rebounding position. All he was trying to do was tap the ball out.
Yep. 29-27 with 2:59 left. Let's see if Mount Bethel can get a bucket right here. They've been struggling for the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, they were up 25-20 and just haven't been able to put a couple good possessions together, but they do there. And 3 showing Easy his range. Take inside by McPherson, and a huge block there by Mecca. That's his third block of the game.
Thou shall not come in Mecca's house. Good block by Mecca. Mecca's long though. He's a solid guy, but he's long arms, and like I said, pretty good shot blocker for what I've seen so far.
Garrison Powell with the ball now. He's checked by Coleman Boyd. Up top to Smith. Smith tried to kick it out to McPherson, but couldn't quite get it to him in a good spot. So Alex Hyatt, averaging 11.5 per game, checks in. Hyatt already with 5 points. Man-to-man here for Holy Innocents. That ball goes in the post. They'll probably collapse down on it. And Boyd's going to call for a travel. I'm over here statting points, rebounds, assists. I should be statting travel calls.
Right. I mean, Mount Bethel's had their fair share of travel calls so far.
So the ball in the hands of Justin Wilson. Haven't seen much Matt Meadows since that first quarter. He may have picked up that second foul. One-point lead for Holy Innocents, under 2 minutes to go before the half here. Tubbs finds a wide open Powell, and he hits.
This Holy Innocents team can really shoot the basketball. Powell, Meadows, even Josh Smith's trying to step out and shoot a three a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see how Mount Bethel and Coach Boyd adjust to that.
Up top with Gilbert. He's going to catch and fire. Top of the key, no good. Rebound to Wilson briefly, and now dribbles himself out of trouble. Alex Hyatt, ball fake, now to Powell. Powell's going to let it go again and gets it to go.
Bang, bang. 2 in a row for Powell.
2 in a row and his third 3 of this game. Ball with Easy. Easy driving, kicks it over to Gilbert. Up top, Boyd. Hesitant to take it, goes inside to Easy, poked away by Hyatt. It's stolen up ahead to McPherson. And McPherson with the finish and one.
And one for McPherson.
And a great look-ahead pass there by Alex Hyatt.
And McPherson finished the layup and looked at Boyd and said, take that.
And you see here on the replay, great lead pass there by Hyatt off the steal.
But Ned, here's the thing. Mount Bethel's got to see that every time they throw the ball to the bigs, there's 3 guys swarming. So they've got to go inside out. If I was them, I would take my shooter and put him on the side of the big so they can't cheat off and help.
So we'll see what adjustments Coach Boyd makes. Coleman Boyd wide open for 3, steps into it, no good. Rebound to Powell. Now Powell's pushing, but double teamed and turn it over. Jordan Mecca. And one. Justin Wilson's going to try to stop him. He's got to be stronger than that.
Now here's the interesting. Are they going to call this breakaway?
We'll see.
They might call it intentional.
Looks like they're just going to call a common foul. So an and one opportunity. Big time jam there by Jordan Mecca.
Nice finish by the big fella over the rim.
So Mecca now with 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 blocks.
We've seen some good bigs so far today.
And an assist, so he's all over that. We have very good bigs today. And free throw no good. Rebound and fouled was Matt Gillian.
And that's just good hustle by Gillian on that.
Holy Innocents foul on number 1, Chad McPherson.
And Gillian really only in the game because Javante Kruger went out with that injury. He's given some quality minutes to Coach Boyd.
Right. He stepped in and gave him some quality minutes.
Gets his free throw to go. Gillian, the 6'2" senior. Second is good as well. So a 4-point lead for Holy Innocents, 30 seconds to go here in our second quarter. Tubbs had Hyatt, couldn't find him. Little miscommunication.
A bounce pass would have done. Bounce pass right there, and then that's a layup. So let's I'm sorry. Let's see if Mount Bethel's going to play for the last shot right here.
Absolutely. They'll have the chance for the last possession. They go inside to Mecca. Mecca can't get it to go. Tough rebound by Mikel Tubbs. Now he's going to step through. 5 seconds to go. Powell pulls up. 3. Banks it off the glass. And in. Give Garrison Powell his 4th three-pointer and 13 points to head into the half with a 41-34 lead. The Golden Bears leading Mount Bethel. Barry, what were you most impressed about in that second quarter from Holy Innocents?
Just impressed with this shot. I mean, their shot selection and their shot. I mean, Powell comes in, hits some threes, and like I said, and they did this surprisingly without Meadows.
That's right.
So, really interesting. I think McPherson came in, Chad McPherson came in, gave him some good, valuable minutes. And like I said, going into the lead, going into the halftime, 41-34, I'm kind of surprised a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see what adjustments Coach Boyd makes. Understand that they're throwing the ball. Once you throw that ball to the post, those guys are getting doubled and triple teamed. So they've got to figure out what can we do to stop this double and triple team at this point.
7 3-pointers by Holy Innocents in this first half have given them a 7-point lead, 41-34 score here at the half. We'll send it to our halftime desk here at the inaugural Hawks Naismith Holiday Classic right after this.
The SUV's broadcast of the Hawks Naismith Classic is brought to you by Serious Sports Medicine for Serious Athletes, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine, Kenneth S. Nugent PC, Attorneys at Law, CBA Sports, Sports Construction Specialists, StatRow, Youth Sports Highlights Whenever, Wherever, and the Atlanta Tip-Off Club.
Everybody, I'm Sam Crenshaw reminding you about the inaugural Hawks Naismith Holiday Tip-Off Classic. It comes your way December 21st through 23rd at Norcross High School. Here's what the coaches have to say.
When you put those two names in front of something, that it's going to be run first class. The level of competition is going to be very good. Crowds are going to be real good over here. So it's just really exciting for us to be in it and be able to play that first night. In it right here, and so, and for me, an opportunity to come back and coach in this facility again is really special.
So that administrative technical foul.
I'm not wearing a white jersey. Stupidest shit in the world.
So they just called that at the beginning of the jersey? Was it Welcome back to SUV TV Game Day Live, presented by CBA Sports. We are at the inaugural Hawks Naismith Classic right here in Norcross High School. Bo Johnson, Joel Hillsman with Trent Markwith from Prep Hoops, Georgia. 41-34 at halftime, fellas, and Holy Innocents is up in this one. We all thought that Mount Bethel might come in here and kind of dominate this game, but before we get started with how the game's kind of gone, we start with something you don't really see all that often, with an administrative technical foul that sends a Holy Innocents player to the line on a jersey call, apparently.
We have to talk about this.
Just going to bring it up.
Go ahead. I'm going to leave it alone.
So the technical was for Mount Bethel being the home team and not wearing a white jersey. Instead, they're in gray, which doesn't really make much sense to anyone, but I guess that's just how it is.
In a
it only
showcase
cost them 1
tournament,
point, but still, it's.
But
yeah,
still, they
bad.
start the game in the hole. Now, Mount Bethel comes out and drops 2 3-pointers right off the bat, forcing Holy Innocents into a timeout immediately after that 1-point administrative technical foul. But then Holy Innocents kind of keeps up with them and hangs with them for the first half.
Well, Holy Innocents is using the long ball, and Garrison Powell. Remember, he was at the Dave Dickinson super freshman camp as well. Actually may get him an invite to the sophomore camp. He's just playing lights out basketball. Right now, Holy Innocents is playing just a little bit above the water that I thought they would. I thought the layoff would be kind of bad for them. I know they had some players, but the layoff may have actually been a good thing for them, and they're playing very well. And, of course, Matthew Meadows is playing well with 8 points and Tubbs with 6 points. So they're doing the things that they need to do, and each time Mount Bethel tries to make a push right there, they get a momentum-changing shot. And we saw a lot of that from Woodward doing it as well. But Holy Innocents very much in the contest.
Absolutely. Trent, what do you have? We have two players we have one player on each side that have had 4 3-pointers.
Gilbert, especially in that first quarter, they're hitting 4 threes, but then he wasn't really doing anything in the second quarter. I felt like Mount Bethel's energy level kind of slowed off there in the second quarter, and it affected them on defense and offense. And like Joel was saying, Meadows and Powell both heating up from 3. They have 7 total threes as a team right now, so continuing to shoot well will help them a lot.
So Mount Bethel now down by 7 going into the third quarter. Let's talk keys of the second half now. What does Mount Bethel have to do to climb back into this thing and eventually end up the winner? To make us all right.
Well, I think Mecca needs to go ahead and be more of a force. He had the dunk and the and-one attempt down there and blew the free throw. That was only 6 points. Need a little bit more from him, and he's kind of getting handled a little bit. So I think they need to listen. As much as we love to shoot the 3 and play finesse basketball, I'm still old school. Let's go inside, work it out, and get everything going. Gilbert actually, with his 3-point shooting, has opened up the inside, so it should be easy if they can go feed the post, get Mecca going, and then hope Gilbert stays hot.
All right. So on the other side now, Holy Innocents, to maintain this 7-point lead, can they maintain the 7-point lead? Were they playing out of their shoes, or can they pull off the upset and win this ball game?
Well, they played with good energy on defense, which I liked. I think especially in the second quarter there, they stepped it up on the defensive end, and they limited Mount Bethel from hitting threes. But I think they're going to have to stop Mecca inside there. Mount Bethel will definitely go to him down low to start the third quarter here, I think. And then, just keep going through Powell and Meadows, because those are your guys who are going to get you points on offense. And then maybe Alex Hyatt will keep stepping up some and hitting some shots.
Joel, what are your keys to the game going on in the second half for Holy Innocents if they want to climb, or they want to maintain the lead in this game?
Keep on, keep keeping on. Powell is showing why he's such a poised freshman. Get ready for it. Garrison Powell, he's a freshman. You're going to hear the name continuously. And Meadows is playing very, very well right now. If you're Holy Innocents, just keep doing what you're doing. You may need to button down the hatch just a little bit on defense, but I think right now, adjust, maintain, continue to hit your shots, and play tough defense.
Mm-hmm. There you have it. Stick with us after this one. We've got a great one between Grayson High School and Discovery High School. We're going to send you back in. We've got about 2 minutes left in the halftime festivities inside. Then the third quarter is going to start. This has been SUV TV Game Day Live, presented by CBA Sports.
Yeah. And that's when Adrian looked at me at halftime like,
you already know Adrian can't play. He ain't wearing like that, no mock turtleneck.
See, the thing is, I know them dudes, so I like, nah, they ain't gonna come out
Welcome back to the inaugural Hawks Naismith Holiday Classic. We're here at Norcross High School in Norcross, Georgia. Thanks for tuning in to SUV TV. I'm Ned Case alongside Barry Browner. And Barry, I got to say, we got a little bit of a surprising score. We talked about halftime. We did not give Holy Innocents enough credit.
No, we didn't. And you know what? Credit to Holy Innocents for making shots, playing hard. Powell and
Meadows.
Matthew and Meadows, and like I said, they just been making plays. McPherson comes in, spells a couple of guys, gives some quality minutes.
So Holy Innocents will start with the ball here. It's in the hands of Garrison Powell, who had 13 points in that first half, but travels and turns this one over. Powell 13 for Holy Innocents. Meadows had 8 for Holy Innocents, and Mikkel Tubbs came in and gave the Golden Bears some quality minutes with 6 points and 3 rebounds, scrapping down low. When we look over at Holy Innocents, it was all led by Jaquez Gilbert. He hit 4 threes to lead the Eagles with 12 points. Boyd, 7 points, 2 assists. And then the big guys, Easy, 7 points, 3 rebounds. Mecca, 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 blocks in that first half.
And I always say, Ned, when you start the second half off, most important part is the first 3 minutes. And you see come out right here, and Mount Bethel gets a bucket by Boyd.
Coleman Boyd, free throw line jumper there. That gives him 9 points now. Up with Smith. Smith only 2 free throws in that half, but did a lot of the little things to give Holy Innocents the ability to be in this game. Alex Hyatt stepping out for 3, can't get it to go. Rebound there by Easy. Easy, he's going to step right into a 3, can't get it to go off the back iron, chases down his own rebound, attacks, kick out. 3, no good. Smith with the rebound.
Now Holy Innocents looking to push. Smith on the push to the bucket, no good.
Can't get it to go. Hyatt with a nice rebound and a block by Mecca.
Taking into the game for Mount Bethel, number 3.
Easy did hit a 3 in that first half, and now we got another banged up Eagle walking off the floor. It's Will Ross. Of course, Javante Kruger hit the ground hard in that first half. I don't see him on the bench right now, so I don't expect to get him back, and Mikkel Tubbs going to get called for a moving screen.
And that could be big if Will Ross is hurt. For Mount Bethel.
Right. Ross and Gillian, the only guys we've seen off the bench.
Right, exactly. And like I said, Coach Boyd's been preaching about he's not sure about his depth. Like I said, and this ain't good.
Mecca with the ball, that's Stanley Easy. Can't get the roll. And Mecca's going to get called for an over the back. So nice work on the glass there by Holy Innocents.
Way to box him out, and like I said, you see 2 or 3 guys just going to his body and just boxing him out, and he had no choice but to go over the back.
So the junior, Justin Wilson, brings the ball up. The freshman, Justin Wilson. Finds Smith. Smith, floater in the lane. Can't get it to go. Rebound cleared. Mecca's 5th rebound of the game. Kick out 3. Gillian, no good. Matt Meadows tried to corral it, and Gilbert knocked it out of bounds. So I believe Meadows had 2 fouls in that first quarter, which is why we didn't see him at all in that second, and it didn't hurt him too much.
Right, and it didn't hurt him because, like I said, McPherson comes in, and other guys started picking up the load a little bit for these guys.
So Wilson handles now. Dribble handoff to Tubbs. Wilson trying to get inside, finds Tubbs. Tubbs going to kick it out. Smith's going to have an open look for 3 and banks it off the glass. Probably not how he drew it up, but he'll take it.
3 ball by Smith. And if you look at that, when you watch it, notice that their big, Mount Bethel's big, just stayed in the paint. He just wanted to hug the paint and allow Smith to kind of go out.
Gilbert gives up the 3, steps into a 2, and hits it for his first 2-point field goal of the game. Now with 14 points, him and Powell, the high scorers. Jordan Mecca with the steal and the slam.
Good finish by Mecca.
And an early timeout used by Coach Collins and Holy Innocents here as they're seeing their lead get down, shrunk to 4 as we see Jordan Mecca's dunk right here taking us into the break here at the inaugural Hawks Naismith Holiday Classic on SUV TV. Kenneth S. Nugent, PC, attorney at law. One call, that's all. Visit attorneykennugent.com. And Ken Nugent's donating $1 for every point scored this weekend at the Hawks Naismith Holiday Classic towards scholarship. I think I heard it was up to $750 at halftime of this game. Foul called there on Boyd, and now with the lack of depth for Mount Bethel, it's not just getting tired, but it's staying out of foul trouble.
Right, exactly. And like I said, it'll be interesting to see if Coach Boyd implies a little bit of a zone at this point to make sure the guys are kind of just rested. A, resting, and B, staying out of foul trouble.
Powell handles now, handoff to Meadows. Meadows drives, looking to Tubbs. I think Tubbs thought he was skipping it across court, and it leads to a turnover.
Holy Innocents got to do a better job of taking care of the ball. Looking at the situation, if I'm Holy Innocents, I'm trying to attack to try to get these guys in foul trouble.
Smith challenges Easy, and they're going to call a foul. Stanley Easy will head to the line, chance for a three-point play.
Can I say it, Ned? Easy's easy.
That's only 2. I think we allotted you 4 easy Easies on this broadcast. And again, though, he can't finish the three-point play, misses his free throw. Powell with the ball now, checked there by Boyd. Powell only a 9th grader, but shown great ability to score and great ability to be calm under pressure as the point guard. Moves it to Matt Meadows. Meadows for 3, short. Leak out to Boyd, see if Hyatt can chase him down from behind. Meadows chases him down, but I think they're going to call a foul.
Good look ahead by Gilbert. Boyd was streaking, and like I said, Meadows had the foul. Boyd at the end. He's going to get 2 at the line to try to tie this game. And I think, what is that? Is that 3 on Meadows?
That's what I thought. The scoreboard only has him for 1. I thought he was sitting in that second quarter due to foul trouble. Maybe coach was just unhappy with his play. But that'd be hard to believe with the way he shot the ball to start the game.
Exactly.
Boyd hits his first free throw and cuts it down to a 1-point game. Chance to tie it up here after trailing by 7 at the half. Can't do that, though. Smith soars for the rebound, and Holy Innocents will have a chance, but poked away. Heading back the other way, Stanley Easy with the left hand. And stolen once again. Skip all the way across Gillian, catch and shoot, and he was fouled.
Oh, that was a bailout by Powell.
Yep. It was a good closeout. Gillian knew he had to shoot it fast. So Gillian hit his first 2 free throws on his first trip to the line. Stays perfect here, 2 more to come. And now we're seeing Will Ross. Looks like he's going to head back to the locker room, or at least into the hallway to get worked on a little bit.
Wow, and that becomes an interesting development for this Mount Bethel team. But you look at a guy like Matt Gillian who's stepping up. And like I said, he's got a chance. He's bust open the lead a little bit.
And goes 2 for 3 from the line there. Rebound to Wilson. 3.5 to go here in our third quarter. 3-point lead for Mount Bethel, and third possession in a row, they forced a turnover. Now Boyd pushing, finds Mecca. Mecca, nice control, two-handed jam.
Good move, nice body control, and nice finish. Good look by Boyd, too.
Boyd's third assist of the game.
And now they're applying a little trap a little bit, and that's kind of giving Holy Innocents fit.
Nice board inside by Smith, gets it blocked by Mecca.
Good
and now we're heading the other way. Nice ball fake, Gillian, elbow, no good. Rebound by Easy. Boyd can't get it to go. Wilson with another rebound.
Holy Innocents got to slow it down. Let's get a bucket right here if I'm Holy Innocents and Coach Collins.
It's a 15-3 run to open this third quarter for Mount Bethel. McPherson guarded by Gilbert there. Tubbs can't get it to go. Easy with another rebound.
And it looks like the lid is on a little bit for Holy Innocents right here.
You gotta wonder if they used up all their three-pointers by hitting 7 of them in that first half. Boyd back to Gilbert, now in the corner. Gilead, nice ball fake, goes inside. Good ball movement here by Mount Bethel, but no one seemed to want to shoot. So now this zone look, this 1-1-3 zone. Boyd with a long three trying to bust the zone. And are they going to get Wilson?
Yeah, I think they're going to get Wilson.
And that's tough. You're just trying to box out Easy, and Easy's he's a great rebounder. Makes it tough responsibility.
Good box out, but I think he used his arm a little bit to kind of pin him back.
So Boyd brings it in, lob, knocked away by Smith. Now Smith gets it up to Wilson ahead. Wilson getting chased down, finds McPherson, and McPherson finishes plus the foul.
And one. I'm going to say this. Every time I've seen McPherson finish at the basket, it's been a tough finish. He's got a chance for a second and one of the game.
Yep, 7 points now for McPherson. And we see just good patience there by Wilson, knowing he had the bigger Mecca chasing him down. And a tough finish there by the junior Chad McPherson. And he gets a nice roll. So back down to a 2-point game here, minute 30 to go in our third quarter. The Eagles of Mount Bethel leading the Golden Bears of Holy Innocents. It's been a back and forth game. Gilbert pulling up. I think he might have been trying to draw a foul, and it's going to go to Holy Innocents off Stanley Easy's leg.
And yeah. I wasn't sure about that.
So Holy Innocents will get a chance to tie it up or take the lead here. Minute 20 to go. Wilson handles. Boyd marked up on him. Looks like a little bit of an isolation here. Now they kick it out. Smith behind the back dribble gets caught up. Minute to go here. Alex Hyatt maybe doing a little bit too much. Gilbert applying great on-ball pressure. Hyatt gets in the paint, and they're going to say it was tipped by Mount Bethel. And lucky break there for Holy Innocents. Nice on-ball defense there by Gilbert.
Yeah, good, very good defense. Like I said, almost had a turnover. Gillian was trying to make a play and tipped the ball at the very last minute.
Wilson pull up. Boyd might have gotten a piece of that. McPherson grabbed it, and I think he was bumped by Mecca. And he was. And that is Mecca's second or third, I believe.
Bethel follows on number 23, Jordan Mecca.
It's his third. So we talk about the lack of depth and foul trouble. Mecca's got 3 fouls now in the third.
So at a 49-47 game, do you sit Mecca at this point with 3 fouls, knowing that you still got to play the whole fourth quarter?
I almost feel like you want to try to extend that lead as much as you can and get as many minutes out of them as possible. But Will Ross is back on the bench for Mount Bethel. So that's good news for the Eagles. And don't know if that was a shot or a pass. Nice play there by Tubbs to throw it off of Mecca
Looks like Boyd was looking for a lob for Mecca.
So 16.2 to go, 49-47 lead for Mount Bethel. Holy Innocents have a chance to play for one. We're seeing some full court pressure out of Mount Bethel here. Hyatt breaks it. Attacking. Did it get poked out from behind? It did. 8.4 inbounds from underneath their own basket for Holy Innocents. So you got to run your best inbound set, right?
Right.
Smith will bring it in. Meck is going to be covering him, trying to use all 6'9" of his length to disrupt this inbounds. And they're going to have to throw a high lob. Wilson does a nice job tracking it down. Attacks Euro. Hyatt slipped. Gillian, does he see the clock? Good awareness by Easy of the short time going down, but just couldn't get a good shot off there. And that will take us into our fourth quarter with the score of Mount Bethel 49, Holy Innocents 47. We'll be back here on SUV TV's coverage of the inaugural Hawks Naismith Holiday Classic right after this.
The SUV's broadcast of the Hawks Naismith Classic is brought to you by Serious Sports Medicine for Serious Athletes, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine, Kenneth S. Nugent PC, Attorneys at Law, CBA Sports, Sports Construction Specialists, StatRow, Youth Sports Highlights Whenever, Wherever, and the Atlanta Tip-Off Club.
StatRow showcases youth sports highlights and gives a portion of its revenue back to teams. Visit statrow.com today to learn how your team can partner with StatRow. Back here, fourth quarter action at the inaugural Hawks Naismith Holiday Classic alongside Barry Browner. I'm Ned Case. Barry, we were just talking at the break, the lack of depth and fouls may become an issue here for Mount Bethel in this fourth quarter if they pick up a few early. Gilead, three no good. And right there, like Mecca could have been called for over the back on that one. You got to be careful playing with three.
Right. And like I said, at this point, it's got to be some sort of strategy. If he picks up a fourth early, we're at the 7:48 mark. If he picks up one early, how long do you sit it? And how aggressive can he be at this point with 3 fouls? Good take, though, by Mike Gillian.
Matt Gillian is hot coming in and almost emergency minutes on the other end. Smith stripped away by Boyd. And then Smith pokes it away from Boyd. And McPherson just says, let's slow this down for a second. Quiet third quarter out of Matt Meadows there. Haven't heard much from him since that first quarter. Getting inside, trying to draw the foul, nothing called. Mecca with another rebound.
And that's Mecca's long arms and his ability to change shots and make guys do different things once they get to the basket.
Gillian wide open, but he can't get it to go. Mecca with a huge rebound. And a quick timeout called here by Mount Bethel. Just about a minute into our fourth quarter. We'll take that break with him here on SUV TV's Hawks Naismith Holiday Classic coverage.
Hall of Famer Dominique Wilkins. Sometimes professional basketball players have to deal with serious injuries, and you never think it's going to happen to you until it does. You have one shot to get it right. So lawyer up. Call Kent Nugent. No games, no messing around. He's got this.
One call, that's all.
Ken Nugent, proud partner of the Atlanta Hawks.
Call 1-800-CALL-KEN, spokesperson for Kenneth S. Nugent, PC, Attorneys at Law, 1355 Peachtree Street Northeast, Suite 1000, Atlanta, Georgia 30309.
You're watching SUV TV's coverage of the inaugural Hawks Naismith Holiday Classic. I'm Ned Cage alongside Barry Brown. Our fourth quarter action here in our fourth game of the day. 6-point lead for Mount Bethel. And Holy Innocents will bring it inbounds. Mount Bethel showing some full court pressure. And turnover forced by Easy. I was going to say, we've seen plenty of travels called today. That one probably needs to be.
Yeah, you knew once he went behind his back, I knew that was pretty much it. It looked like he got stuck on his hip.
So we'll start that over.
Holy Innocents got to find a way to break this press.
And there they do there. They get it to Tubbs across midcourt. He gets it over to Meadows. Meadows skips all the way across to Powell. Powell floater, nice touch by the freshman. And he's going to need to come to life in this fourth quarter.
Nice shot by Powell, but then they turn around and throw the long ball, and they get Stanley Easy streaking down the floor for a bucket.
Powell's going to be a reach there on Easy, and if you're Coach Boyd, you don't want that foul at midcourt from one of your bigs.
Not with 6:12 left.
Easy picks up his third foul. So now Easy and Jordan Mecca playing with 3 fouls each. 6 minutes to go here in our fourth quarter. McPherson just inside three-point line, pull up. Can't get to go off the glass, and we're going to stay down here. Nice work inside by Mikkel Tubbs.
And see, Ned, on that play, that's very dangerous because that easily could have been another. That could have been a fourth foul.
I think that's the third one this quarter that we thought could have gone on Mecca. He's, to his credit, they haven't gotten called, so he's doing a nice job, but he does need to be careful. And now Tubbs goes up and gets it. And are they going to call Mikkel Tubbs for that?
Yeah, I think.
And they will. I guess they said he might have gotten him
he extended
up in the head.
elbow when he was trying to get separation.
That was Tubbs' all-region wide receiver background kicking in there, going up to get that ball.
Little Randy Moss.
So Boyd now, top of the key, 2-3 zone here for Holy Innocents. Gilliard in the corner. Doesn't go. Touched every part of the rim, just didn't fall. Now Tubbs pushes Meadows, driving baseline. Nice find to McPherson. McPherson going into the chest.
Good finish by McPherson yet again, though.
Yep. Going into the chest of Mecca. Mecca did a nice job there, staying straight up and down. Now too easy at the free throw line.
And Gilbert's been kind of quiet, too, in the second half for Mount Bethel. Absolutely.
4 threes in the got a box out. Nobody picked up. Easy. And he had an easy putback.
And one thing I'm noticing about Holy Innocents, they're leaving Matt Gillian open. Eventually, he's going to hit one. They just keep rolling around the rim for him.
Wilson with a nice take, but Mecca with the better block. Tubbs couldn't get the rebound to go. Now we're pushing the other end. Gilbert, no good. Easy with the rebound and follow. Oh, couldn't be corralled by McPherson.
Holy Innocents substitution number 23, Alex Light.
4:44 to go here.
So with an 8-point lead at this point, if I'm Mount Bethel, I'm just gonna relax a little bit, run a little clock, and then, like I said, just move the ball. But you can't do things like that. Trying to get the ooh and ah play on the alley-oop and turn the ball over.
I think Boyd might have thought Mecca was 7'9", not 6'9" on that lob.
I think.
That thing was just a bit outside. They break the press here. Meadows, if he wants it, could take a 3, but gives it to Hyatt on the baseline, and there's Mecca's just length affecting that shot. You could see it.
Man, his long wingspan, he jumps out at a guy, and all of a sudden, he's triple thinking about, man, should I really shoot this shot or not?
So inbounds will come from Powell. They get it into Tubbs. Tubbs pulls it out. And Tubbs is called for an offensive foul.
And that's the thing. Like I said, Holy Innocents trying to get back in this game, but they're shooting themselves in the foot with turnovers and plays like that and stopping the clock.
Yeah, I think that's the second possession in a row where they haven't even gotten a shot up. Or at least a shot on the rim. Inside, easy with the take, can't get it to go. Mecca with a nice rebound. Mecca's follow can't go. Easy with the rebound this time. They're just throwing it up to each other.
Too easy.
Too easy once again. And he picked up his 10th rebound on that sequence. Meadows, they're going to get a bump or they're going to say he stepped out. Looks like we're going to have a bump called on Boyd.
And they were just playing volleyball down there.
They really were.
I mean, you know, if Josh Smith isn't down there for Holy Innocents, then it's hard for them to get a rebound.
Number 3, Josh Smith.
Smith, tallest player on this roster who's been on the floor today at 6'4". Plays a little bit bigger, but he's battling 6'9" Mecca and 6'6" Easy. Nice trap there on the pick and roll. Finds Tubbs. Tubbs finds Hyatt. Hyatt gets it to go, but they're going to call him for a travel.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's a tough call.
Like he just took an extra step to get set for that shot and led to a turnover. Now we got a 10-point lead here with 3.5 to go. Holy Innocents going to need some shots to start dropping here for him.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, like I said, they've got to get some turnovers and some stops.
Poked away. Stanley Easy goes to the ground to get it. And Coach Boyd saves possession by using a timeout. 3:18 to go here in our fourth quarter on SUV TV's coverage of the Hawks Naismith Holiday Classic. We'll be back in a moment.
The SUV's broadcast of the Hawks Naismith Classic is brought to you by Serious Sports Medicine for Serious Athletes, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine, Kenneth S. Nugent PC, Attorneys at Law, CBA Sports, Sports Construction Specialists, StatRow, Youth Sports Highlights Whenever, Wherever, and the Atlanta Tip-Off Club.
Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine offers specialized care to keep your superstar playing at the highest level. Find the location nearest you at choa.org/sportsmed. So just over 3 minutes to go here in our fourth quarter. 10-point lead for Mount Bethel. They've got possession and a chance to really work some clock here.
Yep, just keep moving the ball. And like I said, looks like they're trying to trap. Holy Innocents trying to trap guys when they have the ball.
And I think they forced turnover. No, they're going to say Tubbs deflected it, so it'll stay here with the Eagles. 61-51 our score. Holy Innocents led by 7 at the half, but Mount Bethel made good adjustments. Nice block from behind there by Smith.
Holy Innocents got to get a bucket right here.
Matt Meadows to Hyatt in the corner. Hyatt can't get it to go. And rebound corralled by Mecca. Gillian, nice find. Mecca with the dunk.
Holy Innocents have not attacked these bigs with 3 fouls. I'm just wondering if Coach Collins realized that these guys have 3 fouls at this point.
And Easy picks up his 4th foul in the same spot he picked up his 3rd. Right at midcourt, you see that dunk by Mecca. That was thrown home with some authority. So Garrison Powell to the line now. Bit quiet in the second half. Chance of 1-and-1, gets the first to go.
Notice it, with 4 fouls, coach is not going to his bench. He's going to keep Stanley Easy in. So let's see how that plays into effect.
We haven't seen Will Ross come back in the game since he left with an injury. He is down on the bench. Second isn't good. Tip. Gillian with the rebound. Matt Gillian.
Oh, good lookout.
And good hard foul there by Meadows, but clean. Coach Boyd wants a intentional, but I don't think he's going to get it. I don't think it warrants it.
Back at the line shooting 2 shots.
14 points for Jordan Mecca. He'll stay there. He'll have another free throw. 9 rebounds, 6 blocks.
And every time Holy Innocents tries to press, they're breaking the press by throwing the long ball.
Mhm.
And like I said, Easy or Mecca, they're just getting out and just running.
Second for Mecca is good. His first points from the free throw line today. 2:15 to go here. 12-point lead. Holy Innocents really needs a bucket here. Garrison Powell with a nice move. Floater in the lane. Can't get it to go. And it's going to stay here with Holy Innocents as Easy popped it away. And I mean, that's just a shot blocker affecting a shot without even blocking it.
Right, no doubt about it. Like I said, just using his length to continuously affect shots.
Matt Meadows. Step back 3, short. Tubbs with the rebound. No good. And Boyd corrals this rebound. And finish for Gilbert.
Way to stay focused and finish that by Gilbert, even on the contact. I think he was looking for the foul on that.
And we're going to stay here with Holy Innocents. 1:39 to go.
And I think, Ned, kind of what busted this game out a little bit was the length of Mount Bethel. And like I said, a little bit of Jordan Mika and Stanley Easy.
Easy corrals another rebound. That's his 11th of the game. Yeah, it was a 2-point lead for Mount Bethel, 49-47 going into this fourth quarter, but they have locked down, only giving up 5 points in this whole fourth quarter.
And Meadows and Powell have been quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's been big also for Holy Innocents.
Gilbert, triple team, steps through, and Coach Boyd is going to use a timeout here with 1:10 left.
Mount Bethel. 30-second timeout.
So we're going to have a full timeout called with 1:10 left. We'll take a quick break with them here on SUV TV's coverage of the Hawks Naismith Holiday Classic.
Introducing Children's Healthcare of Atlanta's Sports Motion Analysis, powered by Dartfish, giving parents and young athletes frame-by-frame feedback on how to minimize injury and maximize performance. Upload your videos, visit our clinic, or let our specialists come to you. No matter the sport you play, Children's helps young athletes take their game to the next level.
And we're back here on SUV TV's coverage of the inaugural Hawks Naismith Holiday Classic alongside Barry Brown around Ned Case. And Mount Bethel just putting the final touches on this one, although they turn it over here. And Garrison Powell's leading the break. He attacks, knocked away, and we're going to stay down here with Holy Innocents.
Like I said, Holy Innocents is just really struggling to score.
Really are.
Powell, Meadows, they've been invisible. It's pretty much for the second half.
Yeah, Powell had 13 first half points and now has 16 for the game and caught that ball out of bounds, I think.
Wow. Just mental mistakes. And like I said, you know, once you get down, you know, sometimes it rains. When it rains, it pours.
And just the length of Mount Bethel seemed to really be a difference maker. I don't think we started the clock there. But, you know, when you look at Mecca and Easy, they combined for 20 rebounds between the two of them. And it's just tough to compete. Josh Smith had 7, but he's 4 inches taller. Mecca's going to have another one-handed slam. Nice assist there by Boyd on the inbounds.
And Mecca, like I said, Mecca's a big guy that just really runs the floor at 6'9". Can't wait to see how he develops just going forward.
Tubbs hands off to Meadows. Meadows trapped. Tubbs over to Smith. Smith for 3, no good. Tipped Rebound to Powell. He's going to let it fly, and he gets it to go.
Good shot by Powell.
And we look at this Mount Bethel team. We mentioned it, GICAA is where they play. They're the state champions last year in Division I AA, and GICAA, which is the Georgia Independent Christian Athletic Association. And, part of the reason they've played this beefed up schedule and they've had a lot of success is they return all 5 starters from last year's team.
Right, and like I said, with them going to GHSA next year, it's going to be interesting to see how those guys develop.
Yep.
And like I said, they could be a problem in private A basketball next year.
Compete with the likes of Green Forest and hopefully Holy Innocents as they continue to make their grind. And for Holy Innocents, back-to-back trips to the quarterfinals last 2 years. And when you have a freshman like Garrison Powell, you got to think that the future is very bright for this program.
Oh, no doubt about it. Like I said, I expect some big things also from Garrison Powell. And like I said, Coach Collins is going to get these guys. They're in a region with Eagles Landing Christian and W.D. Muhammad, who's much improved. So, like I said, it'll be interesting to see how this team develops, both teams going forward. Like I said, this Mount Bethel team getting wins against teams like the likes of Berkmar, pushing to St. Pius is going to be really interesting for those guys. Holy Innocents, like I said, they're about to get into region play.
Yep.
And so hopefully they're going to pick up some wins and push themselves hopefully to the state tournament again.
Absolutely. Last year in region, Holy Innocents was 10-3. Although that's an Elka team and program that's much improved this year. I had a chance to see them over at Holiday Hoops Giving. And turnover forced, but it won't matter. That will close this one out. Final score, 68-56. Mount Bethel just proved to be too much in the end for Holy Innocents. Looking at some final numbers, 17, 9 rebounds, 6 blocks for Jordan Mecca. His counterpart, Stanley Easy, 19 points, 11 rebounds. If you had to pick one of those guys as the player of the game, Barry, who are we going with?
I'm going to go with Jordan Mecca. I think Mecca had a good game. I mean, it easily could have been easy. Was too easy tonight, my last time.
Well done. Way to get all 4 in.
But both of these guys, and I was impressed with the minutes that Matt Gillian gave, and also Coleman Borg. Just kind of holding the team together a little bit. Yeah, Boyd, 10 points, 5 assists, and a nice job running the point guard position all day. So that will wrap us up here for our coverage of our 4th game. We got 2 more. Next one tipping off at 6 o'clock. It's number 2 Grayson taking on another 7A school in Discovery, a team you may not know a lot about, but you'll find out plenty. 6 o'clock tip-off for that. That's it for us here at the SUV TV's coverage of Hawks Naismith Holiday Classic. We'll be back in just over 25 minutes with some pregame coverage.